welcome to Lost and Profound Musings on the Power of Connection Through Discovery, a podcast for leaders and learners, performers, and all people seeking a deeper sense of connection and discovery in your life. I'm Doug Shansell-Harry, your host and owner of DCH Coaching. Please visit me at dchcoaching.com. Look, if you're searching to find your own purpose, or maybe you're just looking for the trailhead to your next adventure in life, please reach out. I can absolutely help you. So, today we are talking about lost leaders, the power of vulnerability in leadership. So, there's this strange myth in leadership, right? The idea that a great leader must be an unshakable, all-knowing, superhero type figure who never sweats under pressure. If that were true, we'd all need capes and theme music just to survive a Monday morning staff meeting. But real leadership isn't about putting on an invincible mask. It's actually about taking it off. Let's be honest. How many times have you nodded along in a meeting, pretending to understand some buzzword-filled strategy, all while secretly Googling, what does a synergistic optimization even mean? We've all been there. Many leaders fall into the trap of thinking they must always have the right answers, always appear strong, never show uncertainty. But what's the result of this? Well, for one, decision fatigue. Trying to appear all-knowing is exhausting. Leaders who refuse to admit gaps in their knowledge, they're going to burn out fast. Also, disengaged teams. Employees can sense inauthenticity a mile away. If a leader acts like a robot, the team stops trusting them. And missed growth opportunities. Look, when leaders don't admit mistakes, they lose chances to learn, innovate, and build deeper connections. In fact, according to a study published in the Harvard Business Review, employees who see their leaders as vulnerable, open about challenges, and willing to ask for help, they report higher engagement, stronger loyalty, and a greater willingness to take risks themselves. Vulnerability, it turns out, is contagious in the best way possible. So what about the fear of looking weak? Look, this idea of showing vulnerability at work, it can be terrifying. Maybe you worry that if you admit a mistake, your team's going to lose respect for you, or that showing emotion in a meeting will make you seem unprofessional. But here's the kicker. Your team already knows you're human. The only person who believes that you got to be a flawless leader is you. So let's look at the alternative. Leaders who refuse to be vulnerable often create cultures of fear. This is where employees hesitate to share new ideas or even admit a mistake. They create rigid, outdated leadership styles where innovation dies because no one wants to challenge the status quo. And ultimately, they create a lonely work experience where leaders feel isolated and disconnected from their teams. So let's try leading with authenticity. The best leaders aren't the ones who pretend to have it all figured out. They're the ones who acknowledge their imperfections, they embrace growth, and they foster real human connections. Here's how to step into the power of vulnerable leadership. Number one, admit when you don't know something. Next time you're in a meeting and someone throws out a complex question, instead of scrambling to come up with an answer, try this. That's a great question. I don't know the answer, but I'll find out. Boom. Instant credibility. Number two, share your failures and what you learned. Great leaders realize that failure is part of the growth process. Imagine the impact of saying something like, "Hey team, I tried a strategy last quarter that didn't work. Okay, here's what I learned, and here's how we're going to adjust." This creates psychological safety where employees feel empowered to take smart risks without fear of punishment. Okay, number three, ask for feedback, and here's the real part, really listen. If the idea of hearing critical feedback makes you sweat, you're not alone, but vulnerability in leadership means welcoming honest feedback. Try asking your team something like this. What's one thing I could do better as a leader? And then take a deep breath, listen, and resist the urge to defend yourself. Okay, number 4, show emotion without oversharing. You don't need to turn staff meetings into group therapy, but expressing emotions, whether it's excitement or frustration or concern, it builds trust. Employees are far more likely to rally behind a leader who shows genuine passion than one who delivers robotic corporate jargon. Ultimately, stronger teams, greater trust, and real influence is what follows. When leaders embrace vulnerability, the entire team benefits. People feel safer to take creative risks. Communication improves, trust deepens. And let's be real, your employees will appreciate knowing that their boss is indeed a human and not an emotionless productivity machine. So, you want to elevate your leadership? You can do it with me at DCH Coaching. If you're ready to lead with authenticity, courage, connection, DCH Coaching can help. Through personalized coaching, you'll learn how to strengthen your leadership by embracing vulnerability and fostering real engagement. You can explore all of our services at www.dchcoaching.com, and you can start leading with impact today. If you like what you've seen or heard so far, please like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps me to help others. All right, I look forward to our next adventure together. And until then, happy leading, happy living.